2023 at 2 p.m. This is the meeting of the Public Art Committee. We are in the second floor media room at City Hall. Megan, will you call the roll, please?
Mr. Toth,
Here.
Ms. Christopoulos,
Here.
Mr. Jones,
Here.
Ms. Arbitello,
Here.
Ms. McGrath,
Here.
Ms. Wood,
Here.
Chair Jennings,
Here.
and Mr. Stackhouse has an excused absence.
Right. We have a guest today, our city arborist, Shannon Brewer, who's going to talk about the historic oaks at Craig Park. Welcome, Shannon.
You want to do the
And you
minutes?
have printouts in your binders.
Minutes now? The minutes?
Minutes.
I thought we were doing Shannon first.
Oh, okay. I was just acknowledgement of guests, so it's all right. That's fine. We can do her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Well, do you want to get the minute? Yeah. All right. Can I have a motion to accept the minutes of September 13th?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Any discussion, corrections, comments? All in favor of accepting the minutes as submitted, say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous? Okay. Shannon, now you're up. Thanks, Diane.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You do have a handout in your
Right.
notebook, by the way.
Hello, my name is Shannon Brewer. I am the municipal arborist for the city of Tarpon Springs. I do want to say straightforward, this is an idea. This is something I'm researching currently. I believe that the best resource is a human resource. And when I asked Ms. Wood about that, she suggested that I come ask the committee formally for maybe a point of contact, and you'll see why. I'm a tree person. I am not an artist. So, Page 2, please. So since May 2022, the community has been vocal about their concern for several trees at Craig Park, especially with low limbs, people hanging on them, crawling on them, and are they in danger? So that kind of started me down this path. I have identified 4 trees at Craig Park that I'm currently monitoring, and I have also called in some additional support within the arborist community, a certified arborist as well as a board certified master arborist. So you have someone like me, the certified arborist, and they've got some specialties, and then overreaching, you've got this board certified master. So I have found the right people within our area, and we're very fortunate here in Florida to have great resources. The one in question particularly is tree number 4. You can see in the photos on the corner, and I'll have some more detailed ones for you. They're very low. The lowest point over a sidewalk is actually 5'6", and they do reach below that. So I guess page 3. While meeting with the certified arborist on the very first time in 2022, we talked about potentially moving the sidewalk, moving some benches, things like that to get people out of the area and maybe not entice them to go over to them, to try to kind of leave them alone a little bit more. We also did discuss doing props, and he came up with potentially 3 points of contact within this tree to do them. So you can see here the 3 up on page 2. They're very long, 60, 57, feet. So it is quite extensive of a reach. Next page, propping systems. Just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, when you do a prop, they are posts that make contact above the soil to the top of the tree. Usually they are of this metal because they need to be saltwater or hard water corrosive resistant. You do usually have deep footers in the ground, so instead of trying to disturb the root area all the way across, you're actually making a smaller hole which the tree can handle a little bit better. Again, I did consult somebody who is a leader in this industry and doing these. You can see that this individual helped with the Baranoff Oak and Safety Harbor, so I did not talk to somebody just as a regular. I talked to real people that have exceptional knowledge in this what I'm trying to do. So, next page, the last page. The board certified master arborist, I did have him come talk to our public works committee and a few people on public administration just to showcase what I was looking at to give them a better idea. And after that meeting, he found this picture, and I fell in love with it, honestly. I think it's a great idea. My question is, do you guys think it's a great idea? And if you do, can I have a point of contact? I do not understand art in these sculptures, and how do we make it functional, and how do we do what we need to do with our ISA standards? So I have a ton of questions to talk to someone, and I just don't know who to talk to. So Ms. Woods suggested that I come ask you. Maybe you have someone in the community, if you know that you think of, or maybe one of you on the board. I have a ton of functionality questions. Again, this is not a project that's currently going on. This is me doing research. If you know anything about me and my research, I am very methodical. My tree inventory, I started in 2017. I didn't get a proposal, anything drafted until 2021. So I have a ton to learn, and I believe you guys are the best resource to use, the human resource. So there you go. That's my.
And then, can I ask you a question? Are you coming to the committee to ask them if they would consider partnering with you on the project so that, we would provide some artwork to help prop the trees up, like similar to the statue, or are you looking just for resources?
Right now, definitely just a human resource, maybe come back and suggest that partnering. But this is way too early in that to ask for financial aid or to put a proposal together. I have a ton of questions, but if you do like the concept, if you do want something similar to this, maybe down the line, but definitely I am looking for a human resource right now.
Okay, Nick, do you have any comments about this?
I like the idea of that we're looking to, do what's best for these trees there. I'm in the park at least 4 or 5 times a week, as you know, over at the tennis courts, and I walk through. It's really cool, the statue, as a support. Yeah, I think we should, definitely explore all the, or the city should explore all its options, and, something, it is a cool thought to come up with art that would, support the
Right.
branches. On the other side of the coin, we don't want to overpower that park with things that might be out of context and distract from its natural beauty. That's one of the things I've learned from being down there 4 or 5 times a week and all, and it's such a beautiful spot. But
Right.
yeah, I'm glad we're on top of this, and I've always loved the low-lying branches and stuff. I walk through there constantly, and for me, there's something almost magical about the way they are, and I'd hate to see us have, something happen to them where we have to remove them and all. It's such a unique feature. And, I like the way they've cared for that oak tree in the middle of Safety Harbor forever and all. But, yeah, I'm on board definitely with, exploring those options.
Eva?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Nick that, it is, the low-lying branches are what are so beautiful about it, and as a photographer, I love that feature as well. I'm probably one of the people guilty of making people hang on those.
You can have your way with her now, Shannon.
That is every single homecoming photo. Is always.
I'm like, guilty.
Just sussed out the guilty party over here.
So yeah, propping them up would be great. The sculpture idea is very interesting, but yeah, I just because there's 4 of them, I just I agree with Nick as a not be overbearing. But
To clarify, it's only the one tree that would
Oh,
do
okay.
propping, but it would be 3 points of contact.
Gotcha.
Just to
okay.
clarify.
Good clarification, because I
Right.
thought it was going to be for all of the trees. And now, would you be thinking about a sculptural, for each one of those 3 points of contact, or maybe just one of them and then 2 of them be more simple?
Full disclosure, I have no idea right now. So that's why
That's very preliminary.
Fair enough.
seriously way
enough.
into the very early. I moved one stepping stone of identifying them. Next stepping stone was
Unless
getting
they
the key people.
kind of work together.
And now I'm to the next one.
Right, Graham?
Well, first of all, the trees clearly need the support, so, that's a given. Secondly, I think that gray I-beams with funky bolts on top would detract from the natural beauty of the site quite considerably. So I'm
pretty darn sure we could find an artist to make those ugly gray I-beams look like they're not ugly gray I-beams,
Right,
but
but these
something
are- right,
else
yeah.
that would be in keeping with the site and be attractive.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think the ugly gray I-beams were sort of done as a stopgap in Safety Harbor, right? That's not what you had in mind?
That is their project, and I don't want to go
Right.
down that route.
Yeah.
There is some research that you can do. And just typing in Baranoff Oak, you can read some reports and some history
Right.
from
But
those committees.
but the point being, anything that's manufactured to support a great weight, like those would be, is of necessity going to be made out of steel and concrete and is not going to look pretty when it comes out of the manufacturing floor and gets installed. So, doing it as a retrofit later might be a really good option. Or, we can plan it once we know what the things are gonna look like and ask for input from artists, which is what we always do. We don't make any decisions here. We always ask for input from artists and then choose amongst the best that we've been offered. And yeah, I think we can do that.
Right. Oh, Nick,
Yeah.
you wanted to make another comment?
One of the things that, it doesn't have to be these ugly beams there. We can also, grow vines on them, grow some sort of philodendron, something that
Right.
will wrap and grow on it or come down, so it's covered up and it looks a lot more natural. Or it can be a combination of something artistic post and all that has the
Right.
the vines and things on that to where, it's not just steel bolts
Right.
and concrete squares.
Exactly, that's the whole thing, is to, restore it back to its natural place appeal.
Right. Dawn?
Number one, it's great that you're looking into this right now before it becomes something that's, something that can't be fixed with a couple of structural things. I personally don't have any of that structural expertise, but I definitely think that this would be a fantastic way to, an opportunity to use something that needs to be done in order to create some placemaking artwork of some sort. Whether it's taking that beam and forming something around it, some of the reclaimed artwork like Sylvester, something like that is kind of a wrap, or whether it's a statue that has the structural parts built into it. I think all of those are great options. I wish I had the structural, expertise that you need right now. I think all of us are really great at providing ideas. If that's what we want to do, then, coming up with a lot of great ideas in order to incorporate public art into it, which I think is a fantastic idea and a great way to take something functional and make it beautiful and use it as a way to enhance the park instead of detracting from it. So I don't know anybody with that structural expertise, but I'll keep my eyes and ears open and see, I'll ask around my friends. Some of them may know somebody who, so I'll keep that in mind. But definitely, this is a project down the line that I think it would be really exciting to be part of creating something beautiful there.
Sonia?
Yeah, I love the idea that you're actually doing something about this, because to me, the park is the trees as well. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. I love the structure of the branches, but I've also noticed that they are extremely low and there are long ones, and I've seen a lot of kids climb on them, and I'm always going, you shouldn't be doing that, but, kids are kids, and we all just want to have some fun. I like the idea of these propping structures. I, too, have no idea how it works, so I can't advise you on that, but I do like this, and I just think that we shouldn't distract too much from the natural beauty. I personally wouldn't mind if these pillars were maybe just painted another color that's more natural, but I do like this statue of the man holding the kid as a prop. I think this is really nice, and I think if we have a few like maybe one per tree, for example. I think it would be nice instead of having each prop be something different. I think it'll just distract from everything, because I think it'll just make you focus so much on that you actually forget about the tree itself. I know, just my opinion. But
Well,
I really do
the way
like
we
this.
usually work is to create a committee, usually with somebody from the Public Art Committee, to chair it and go out into the community. And then we, you know, people that would have some sort of expertise in this, you know, yourself, maybe some other arborists, and put out a call to artists. You would give us kind of a framework of the technical requirements that you would need to, you know, keep the proper support on the tree branch. And then, you know, then it opens up to artistic interpretation. You know, you might need a person with structural experience and coupled with an artist or a sculptor. So, you know, obviously, this is in early stages, but I think that would be the, you know, procedure. And they'll tell you, my little victims here, I love to delegate. So, is anybody interested in chairing such a committee? Anyone? You're already working on the park.
I also would like to ask a question, if that's okay. So I'm kind of confused. So basically, you have all the expertise of what needs to be done, right? And the mechanical stuff, are you looking for the engineer's help? And then, or are you just looking for the Public Art Committee to say, when we get to that point, you know, we're interested in collaborating, you know, to help make it, whatever y'all choose, you know, structurally is something beautiful.
I think that's kind of where yes, I think you've put it into better words than I have. That and to ask the questions of how do you, you know, in the art to the structural side of it, can you include it or not? The individuals that I've talked to about the structure, they've got that down to a science. Absolutely. It's part of the ANSI, the American National Institute Standards, the A300. So there are those elements that are already there that we've got to build into it, and the monitoring and the annual, you know, tightening the bolts or removing, you know, however, and changing that position. So yes, I agree with you, and I think you've said it perfectly what I'm looking for.
Okay, so once Shannon, maybe we should just say, once Shannon gets to the point where she knows exactly what's going to be done, you know, she'll keep me abreast of that, and then we can bring it back to the committee to do a call to artists, you know, to help support that project. Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah, absolutely. Once you've decided what support mechanism you're actually going to use and what it's going to look like when it comes from the factory, then yes, go from there.
The wrapping idea, I didn't even think about that, so this actually was really, really productive for me.
Well, it can be wrapped in all kinds of things, you know, paint, plants, metal, all kinds, even fiberglass if you want to get cheap.
There's a lot of great welding artwork that I find particularly appealing. I don't make it, but I really love looking at it. I think it's because it uses kind of natural materials that it's, you know, it's like earth stuff.
Yeah, there are even wraps
appeals
that
to me.
make the structure disappear, and you'd really mess with the kids with that one.
Running into it.
Yeah,
Tell I'm an evil
That's
grandmother, right?
yeah.
To that point, I would say I'm on a couple of projects now, but it sounds like that's going to be down the road a little bit. So once we get there, I would definitely be interested in being involved and, you know, kind of liaising. But I couldn't do it right now, but it sounds like it's going to be down the road.
If you guys are on board, like it sounds like this is something that you would want to do. Thank you for that, and that gives me validation for what I'm trying to do.
Right.
I think I kind of really needed that validation, and I think that's why you suggested to bring here.
Right. I think to reinforce Shannon's comfort level, I'd like to entertain a motion to provide future support for the tree propping system.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Biba, all in favor?
Aye.
Passed.
Thank you. I will
Okay,
be
thank you.
in touch with you.
Okay.
Thank you, Shannon.
Thanks, Shannon. Okay, I see we have quite a nice crowd, so I think we're going to introduce our guest today.
My name is Cheryl Weber. I go by Jushmal. I'm a muralist from Tampa. My name is Melanie Borders. I am a muralist from Ocala, Florida.
And I'm Patty Thomas. I'm interested in the Illuminati box. I submitted some photos.
Great.
Okay, great. Welcome all. And I see some of you have come a distance, so. Okay, so now we're down to old business. The Black Heritage Project, Steve Oliver sent an update, which you can find in your binders. And he's moving along. And I guess, Sonia, you needed to be reminded or told of the location. Do you remember the cross street, Megan?
It's gross.
It is gross.
Avenue, yeah.
It's the corner of Martin Luther King and Gross. It's the northeast corner.
Okay. I'll
Okay.
go past there again.
Yeah,
my way
it's,
home.
right, it's, there was a chain link fence enclosure that is owned by the city, and that's where he's building one phase of it. And then there's going to be another twin project, if you will, down at the end of the, northern end of the parking lot at the city marina on the sponge docks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Does anybody else have any questions about the Black Heritage Project? Okay. All right, St. Kate Sculpture Maintenance. Diane?
You're the one that's talked to him.
Okay, well, it seems that I'm the only one Desmond deems,
Actually,
yes?
I was just there the other day, last week, walking the park, they have repaired it.
Yes,
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
but they did it as kind of a surprise.
Yeah, I would love to have, I went and checked out, I would love to have known about it, just to see how he did it, because they did a pretty nice job
Right.
on it, so, it would have been interesting watching him, just for my own personal, what equipment he used, was it a wire feed, was it a stick, electrode that he
Right.
did this with, and what material it was and all, but, looking it over, it was a pretty nice job.
Right.
All the different welds on it. Yeah.
Great, thanks, Nick. Yeah, I really like Desmond a lot. He and I have had some in-depth conversations about his communication skills, shall we say. And we were kind of after him to get some kind of a timetable for the repair of the Mermaid, only to find out he had already done it.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
But I guess
So-
the question still begs, he's supposed to be doing maintenance on all the other bronze
I know.
sculptures. And so I was not able to get a commitment on date for that, so.
I will
As the
attack
world
him, assault
turns.
him again. Okay. Okay, the Peace Pole Project, I spoke to Sue Carson from Rotary at a Rotary meeting, and I guess that's still on hold. They're waiting for some input from Eddie Hoffman, the architect, about some technical requirements for that. The virtual tour guide and QR codes. Dawn?
Yes, I have passed down these sheets that I printed out. It has pages, it has some screenshots. They're not necessarily in the right order, but I've also sent the electronic file to Diane, which has links to all of these pictures that I've given you. And this is kind of outlines of the different options. All of them have their caveats as far as time and effort versus dollar amount versus complexity. There's a couple in here that I was looking at that were very technical, like Maplik. And the story apps seemed pretty good. I think that was used by someone else here in Florida. The Etcher, just to give you the highlights, the Etcher one is really for artists. So artists can have their profile on there. It's completely free. You can put up to 50 pieces of artwork on there. It populates a map that can be updated anytime, and it's strictly mapping. So you wouldn't put anything on the different artworks. The only problem with that is it's limited to 50. However, if you look at the text for the Etcher, it does say that they're starting to work with municipalities. So if we decided to get more information on that, as far as more than 50 pieces of artwork, I could certainly reach out, but I wanted you guys to have a chance. One of the, I have 2 screenshots for that and links for that. One of them is to an artist's, how he's using it, and then one, how the Macon Arts Alliance is using it for theirs. The Pixel Sticks is the one that is being used in St. Pete for
Right, I
their
think they made a
murals.
proposal to us like many, many years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
They're from Florida, they're based in Florida.
Right.
And I think they started with St. Pete. It's featured prominently throughout all their stuff. It seems like a really good deal. That's kind of what I'm leaning to, just because it can update in real time. You don't have to have a printed map. You can use your phone just walking around and point it at it. Or people can use it to find us. They don't have to be actually here to discover it. It's actually on the Pixel Stick site, and people can discover it. So it's priced pretty reasonably, I think $200 per piece of artwork, but that includes the plaque that goes on there and updating and all of the, you provide them with the information, and it's associated with that plaque, and it goes from there. There's the Google My Maps that's totally free, but it seems really time intensive. And I'm not sure it's quite the look we want, but it's there. The Maps Marker Pro, a couple of these Maps Marker Pro and Mapbox are actual WordPress plugins. So WordPress is the platform that websites are built on. So depending on if the city is WordPress based, it could be a plugin that we could use there. If not, we could create a website. Again, that's labor intensive, but it's pretty reasonable. And it's a one-time, the Maps Marker Pro is, I believe, a one-time. It's anywhere from 49 to 299 euros. It's based in Europe. And the Mapbox has based on user activity. So you only pay for however much you're using. So it might ramp up. It makes it a little less predictable. The story apps, it's pretty complicated, the pricing. It really depends a lot on how much you want to use and all that kind of stuff. But I've put down all the highlights that I could think of. I've also, in the electronic version, included links to the product website and also a sample of a website that's using it if I had one available. So this is just a printout to kind of quickly review what is there. I think if you want to, look at the details and ask questions or whatever, we can get that electronic version to you and maybe come back next month with questions.
Yeah, I think this requires a lot more
Yeah.
thought and investigation, so if you can send us the this is a great body of work, Dawn, thank you very much.
Sure.
Yeah, this is very valuable, but, I
Yeah.
don't think we have the time
There's
to-
just a lot to consider, so
Right.
I wanted to give you the highlights that, as I was looking at them, but definitely, I think that everybody should take a
Right.
peek at what's involved, because it's pretty dense.
Right, yeah, it is. So I think, Diane,
No, I was gonna say, and then we could talk about.
right, yeah, that's next. So, everybody, please, when Dawn sends this out, look at it and be prepared.
Diane's gonna send it out.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, of course you will.
Yeah.
But just, look at it so we'll be able to discuss it with some prior knowledge at the November meeting. Okay, and we have a new PAC brochure. It's in your binders in the little flap in the front cover.
I just, because Dawn is so busy and everything, and she had taken on a bunch of projects, I told her, just don't worry about it. I had the photos and everything, and I could just go ahead and use my graphics artist to, put it together and everything. So what I basically did is I went through a lot of the text we have on the website and, some just other general information, and I just kind of rewrote it. And thought, if I was somebody that knew nothing about the public art, program, what information would be, best to share, for the public as well as other artists. So basically, you can take a look at this and, you know, give me any feedback on, you know, any changes that you'd like to see, but I thought it was pretty comprehensive.
Yeah. I have a few nitpicky things.
Okay? You can go ahead and mark it up and give it to me, and at the end of
Right.
the meeting, I can,
Okay. Most of it is just, you know, like spacing and, you know, typeface and that kind of stuff. It's
Okay.
pretty, I think the content itself is great. Okay, we do have the QR code. Okay, excellent. So I guess if you folks want to, you know, take a look at this and give it to Diane, either at the end of the meeting, stay for a few minutes, or drop it off with you?
sure.
Okay, great. Okay. Okay, the Dorset Park project. Nick, do you have any updates on that?
I don't, I had seen, perhaps Katie, Ms.
Yeah, I was
Kaler
like,
might have more of a.
Oh, there you are, I didn't see you. We have to make sure Katie's down as a guest, along with our artist friends.
I
Katie,
came a little late. I
please.
got the times mixed up, so
Yeah.
I was late. Yeah, we met with, thank you for having me. We met with Diane, with the project committee. Nick didn't get the invite, but we're working with, we understand that you're not gonna have the benches, because you were there. You're not gonna be able to do the benches. You're waiting on the families to give you the information, which Nancy's working on. They are working on it. They're gonna send the emails to Diane pertaining to the information that's gonna go on the placard, on the marker. And the artist is still doing getting the application ready to send back to Diane for his project.
Right,
But he was asking about, you know, I know you were saying that anything over $1,000, you have to have insurance. You were saying he don't mind getting that insurance, but he was just wanted to make sure before he got the insurance that, you know, would he,
Well,
being
there
that
is-
he's been selected by our committee.
Of course, of course. No, and the thing is it depends on the application of that, and at the meeting, we discussed that, you know, instead of him actually physically painting the mural on the building, we would, he could do it in his own studio, and then, once it's approved by the Public Art Committee and the city and everything, we would use the same process of, like the Christopher Still, it would
Applique.
actually be put on the building, in that particular, I don't know what it's called, but.
applique?
But there's like actually adhere
Panels?
to
Yeah,
the building.
panels.
And the reason we're doing it that way is because that building might be enhanced over the next couple of years with, depending on the city's budget, might be, you know, extended and made larger. So we didn't want to take a risk of an artist painting on that building and then having to get it knocked down or something like that. This way, if we have the art, you know, in a file, and we, you know, put it on the wall, we can then, you know, come back, if something like that did happen, we could come back and redo it later easily. So if the artist is doing the work in their own studio, then they don't need the insurance because it's on their property. It's just anything that's on, if an artist works on city property, then they have to have the insurance. If it's
So
over
the city will have the
$1,000.
insurance in this particular case because he's gonna be giving the file
Right.
to the city, and the city the one's gonna have it mounted on the
Oh,
building.
right, so it's not,
Okay,
not.
so he don't have to have
It's
an
just
insurance.
anybody that's physically working on a building in the city, and it is a city building. You know, if it's private property, that's different, but if it's a city building, you know, that's the rules for insurance,
Okay, so all he's gonna be required to do is send the application
with the
with-
images.
with the images and give
Right.
it, okay.
Now, Katie, let me just, you know, throw something out. As you know, it has to come to us for approval, and then it has to go to the Board of Commissioners and the city manager for approval. If for any reason the designs don't pass muster, do you have a backup? Do you want to do a call to artist, or are
Well, it
you
was gonna give him a
putting
chance
all?
to submit it because the families are the ones that's gonna approve it. So once the families, if the families like the graphics, then they'll be the one that's gonna be doing the approval.
Right, but
The
it's
city-
still going to need.
Yeah, well, if the city,
If we're going to be paying for it,
So-
then we have to go through the approval process.
I understand that part, as
So-
far as the budget approval and things.
Right.
But as far as my understanding that the family was gonna be the one that says, okay, well, this is what we want.
Right.
We accept this graphic, then we take it to the city. If the city say, well, we don't like your graphic, then yeah, you'd have to have a call to artists.
Right, that's what I'm,
Have to
right.
let the family know why you did not accept what they
Right.
wanted. You know?
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah, I just wanted you to be sure of the process, you know, because it is a process.
Right,
And,
yeah.
you know, we've had
Family
things
gonna
that,
submit their drawings,
right,
and the artists if they good with it, then we're gonna give it to y'all, and you get it approved by the city
Right.
commissioners and the manager, city manager, and all that good
Yeah.
stuff.
well, a few years ago, we had what I came to call the Naiads fiasco, where we had all of these artists submit all kinds of designs for, you know, supports for the Naiads. And it got to the, you know, we approved it, it went before the Board of Commissioners. It was actually being voted on, there were 2 finalists, and at the last minute, they said, this isn't what we want, and it just went back to square one.
Yeah, but
At the
that's
Board
the
of
key, what you
Commissioners
just said, that's the key right there, what you just said, is that's not what they want. But it's not what they want that we're looking for. We're looking for something that the community is asking for.
Right.
So as long as we get on the same page on that, then I
Right.
think everything will work out fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, just talk to the commissioners.
You know, that's a good job. Good day. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you very much, Katie. I really appreciate your involvement in this project. I'm sure it's going to be great. Okay, here's the elephant in the room, the illuminated art boxes. Okay.
Well, we had 67 artists submitting 175 or so images, and I put them together into a file so that you can all select it. And by now, you should have filled in, like I have, one of these sheets. And before we do anything further, I'd like a ruling from the chair on which votes count for the art boxes.
Majority rules.
Which majority? Majority of
votes.
7 or the majority of 5?
I've always given, technically, the alternates are usually not expected to vote, but in situations like this, I've always given them a voice.
Okay, so our panel is all 7 members?
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
So if all 7 members, I know we've only got 6 here today, but I believe Robert sent his in.
Robert sent it in, and I created a spreadsheet, which unfortunately I didn't get around to emailing. I emailed one with my selections, and
Who to?
the only ones I can send it to.
Okay, so do you have,
I have only Jones and Roberts.
okay, could you pass those to me, please?
And you have mine.
Oh. Okay. I don't have, is this Jones here?
Yes,
Yeah, I'm not, oh, somebody only did 25?
that's me.
36.
Do you want me to keep picking? I can keep picking. There we go.
Yeah, why don't you keep picking, and then when I need your thing, I'll,
Okay.
okay.
I
so
would
this
really
is-
like to get this resolved today, because.
Well, that's what I'm,
Yeah, yeah.
that's what I'm hoping. So I've got 3 here. Dawn's still working on it.
Working on it.
Okay.
Okay, so-
Well, you carry on doing your stuff, and I'll just,
Okay,
I'll accumulate things.
okay. I feel like you're in the College of Cardinals going into the.
Yeah.
Graham, do you need any more of these? I may have some
I
extra
can't pick
ones.
No,
from
no,
the
I,
same artist,
I'm fine,
correct?
thank you.
Correct.
Are you gonna, John, are you gonna collect these things up? Because
Well, if you just
I
have
didn't
a-
have it, I just had put it on.
That's fine, as
Yeah,
long as
that's
you have
fine.
the number, the
Yes,
number of the
oh, yeah,
letter.
everything
Okay.
correlates, yes.
Okay. Okay, all right, so illuminated art boxes are being worked on, and then we have the Riverside Field mural project. Okay,
Yeah.
and Diane expressed earlier, we got 14 proposals, that's correct, Diane? And they were very obviously graphics history, so given the city's portals and everything else, it was just too big to combine them all and send them out to the committee. So we really just got them today as printouts, actual hard copies in a binder. So I know some of you have come, and some of you have come a long distance. So I think we can,
Just let them just kind of talk about theirs just a little bit, or?
right, yeah, if we can give you 5 minutes to talk about what you submitted for your mural, is that enough? How many of you are, the 3 of you are muralists?
Okay.
Right, okay.
You just, you would go up to the podium one by one and then just tell, pardon?
Melanie, I think you were here first? Okay,
So Melanie's is gonna be the 4th one from the back.
okay,
It's in the order of the evaluation sheet.
okay.
So you just want me to talk about what it was about?
Yeah,
Your vision.
yeah, here it is.
Okay.
Let us find it.
So,
Right,
my vision was just to incorporate the view that the residential community would like to see. Something that was happy, fun, exciting for not only sports players, but also families. Each side is a little bit different, but I have a fun side, I have the sports side, I have the food side to attract customers to buy concessions. I mean, it's really just simple. I was just trying to go with what I would want to see. So nothing too crazy, just very simple, pleasant to look at, something that's not going to stress you out, but bring you joy and happiness and make you feel like you want to be a part of the community.
right.
So that's it. I'm an artist, not a speaker.
Get that.
Yeah,
That-
Yeah,
okay, very interesting.
yeah. And, as requested, Melanie did provide her supply lists and costs and things like that, too, in the proposal, so.
Right,
Like I said, there's a lot of images, there's a lot to review, which is why they need quite a little bit of
Right.
time, to take a look at everything, so.
I'm rather tickled by one of your colors being called 100 mph. Okay. Squash bisque is another one. Okay. Very nice. Okay, I think you were next?
Huge Mom? She's gonna be, it's Cheryl Weber. It's the 4th,
Fourth one in?
the 4th one in.
So I'm from Tampa, but I did a mural over here with like a bunch of cactus, like on the bike trail.
Oh.
So I had to come out here a lot, and I don't know, I like really like the vibe here, so I want to do more like jungle with like Florida plants and animals, and just encompass the whole building with like bright colors, something that's like very inviting and family friendly mainly. And I don't know if I included a budget per se, but I think the budget was at 5,000. I think I could do it in that price range. So, but I've done murals for like 10 years since I graduated from USF in 2013, and I've done Shine Fest. I've worked with Target, like all these other companies doing graphic design, but I love doing murals and stuff, and I love coming out to Tarpon Springs. So as like an outsider, I wanted to kind of like bring a little bit of Tampa flair, but also, respect the area that you guys are from. And I also have like little things here with like my QR code if you want to check out my website and my Instagram, which is like my portfolio. So,
Great.
Oh, that's great.
We can
We'll
copy
make a
it and
copy
send
of
it.
Okay.
of them. Thank
yeah,
you.
it's the QR code, so it's like easy. But yeah, I work with a mural company currently right now, and this is like my bread and butter. I'm a freelancing artist, so I saw this on the St. Pete Artist Alliance page actually on a whim, and I was like, I'm gonna do that today. So the mock-up I sent you is like a little rough, so I'm sure if if chosen, I could do a second round of edits with your input or whatever you may want. So,
Okay,
but yeah, that's me.
great, well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Sir,
And Raphael,
Raphael?
No QR code, but there's some snacks for
Bribery.
My wife's friend likes to call it persuasion
Raphael's
snacks.
kind of is like smack in the middle.
That's so nice, thank you.
Well, I'm Raphael, and I'm here at Dade City, resident now. I came down by way of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. My wife got hired at St. Leo about 2 years ago. I've only been here for a year because I have both my knees replaced from old football injuries. So my sketches, there's actually 3 proposals. One has words on it, and I, like I said, tried to get an idea what your community's about, and I came down for a couple visits about a month ago, and I was impressed by all the people in the community playing sports. The soccer field was packed. There were a lot of kids and families playing over in the playground area, but I didn't see too many people playing tennis at the time. So, but myself, I'm pretty big, so I was looking for the snacks, but the snack bar wasn't open at the time. So yeah, each of the designs, the one with the words, plays up a lot of action and activity with the words and a lot of bright colors. And then there's one that's real cartoony. It goes with my background. I'm a retired elementary art teacher, so it has like the little cartoon characters with the different animals. And then there's the one that has the different large-scale animals. Like most of us here, we all enjoy animals, so I sort of did a play on instead of us looking at the animals, I wonder what the animals would think of us with the different sports activities and materials. So
Yeah, very interesting work.
yeah, and like I said, my background, I've been a muralist pretty much all my life since I was a little kid growing up in a funeral home. I had access to the 3rd floor, and I painted different buses and trains all over the walls, but much to my parents' chagrin. But fortunately, I had parents that just let me go at it since they figured nobody would see those spaces anyway. So, but since then, pretty much I might have mentioned in my background that I've painted on all 7 continents and over 100 countries around the world because I travel quite a bit in the summertime, and I've done different jobs at different places. So most of the work I've done has been word of mouth. People see the work and then they give me a call and decide to do something else. So I've done things for different communities, the city of Pittsburgh, in Australia, Japan, different communities where I've done proposals, and like everybody else here, designs if they need modified in any way, any kind of adaptations, I can make more detailed sketches for you. So
Right. Did you design your T-shirt?
yeah, I'm always drawing on something. Yeah, if you guys sit there long enough, I'll probably draw on you.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to have to take all of these proposals home. They're all wonderful, so we've got our work cut out for us.
I will mention too that, Megan separated them with, that red sheet, and then
Right.
you do have an artist, you do have a sheet that you can make notes on and everything from the different proposals. But keep in mind too, like Raphael did, some artists did provide like 3 different versions of, what they would propose for it. So just pay close attention to each, and you might see a variety of different versions depending on which ones you like. So
Right.
that's all I would mention. But I was very impressed that we got 14 after all that
Yeah.
famine. I mean, this was the 3rd call to artists that we put out for this project. Yeah. So, I mean, it's great that,
Yeah,
we got such a great response and lots of beautiful work.
yes, very, very impressive.
So.
We have one other artist. Would you like to make any comments, or?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I did the illuminated boxes. Oh, you set in an entry for that? Okay.
Yes, I sent in some photos for that.
Oh, nice.
Great.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they've been proving pretty popular. And I think they've been written up in a few national public art journals and newsletters, yeah, so.
So the Public Art Committee, please take this time to review each of the proposals and then be prepared to come back with your top 3 favorites to the November meeting to discuss and vote on, make the final,
Right.
selection.
The public art.
Welcome. Could you give Megan your name and?
Yes, my name is Vasilia.
Oh.
Oh,
done yet. Oh, it's like, well, we got sidetracked listening to these people. Hold on.
Are you done?
And are you a muralist, or,
No, my son has submitted into the,
oh, the art boxes?
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we're working on finalizing the selections right now, so, welcome.
Thank you so much. So it's VACELIA,
I didn't know people were gonna.
Kumenders, KUMUROS.
Okay. Well, again, thank you for your work and for coming. It's really appreciated to meet the artists in person. So, Megan, can you take a minute and do our budget and developer contribution update?
I don't have much update. I got an update from Shane Smith in finance today, and there's actually no change from last month. Our balance is $147,000, $147,356. And there are no current project updates.
Okay. Diane, we didn't get any CRA mural project
The
submittals, did we?
first CRA will come in November to you.
Okay, great. By the way, you muralist folks, the city has a program in the CRA. It's the Community Redevelopment Area. And we're doing a matching grant. And this is on private property, so this would be for businesses. And if you go to the city's website for economic development, there's, some more information about it. But, a lot of the businesses are looking to do murals, and if they're in a particular interest, we'll pay up to $1,500 as a match. So that's kind of an incentive to, for the businesses to, do murals. So I think that would be a good tip for you to look into.
If you see any blank walls, go talk to the,
Right.
the store owners.
Yeah.
Does it, all the murals here, do they have to be approved through you first?
Not the the CRA murals,
Yeah, they do.
it does, but it,
Depends on what it's for.
right, there's, there are restaurants, so you would go to the building owner and say, I'd like to make a proposal, like as Diane said, I see this blank wall, would you like a mural?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
if,
that's what I was curious about, because where I am, if I see a blank wall, I'll walk in and say, hey, the mural is really awesome on that. So
Right.
that's how I do a lot of my work, so, so I was curious.
yeah. So, but that's a little tip for you. And, yeah, we have one that we've been waiting for. In fact, this restaurant, I think, has been in the works for, 4 years?
What kind of restaurant is it?
Mexican,
Oh,
yeah. He actually put
It's
bright
bright colors.
right, and of course, COVID had an impact. But he finally put a sign on, finally coming soon. The whole town was waiting for it. So, anyway, let's see, art for the city clerk building. Okay, I guess it's really kind of early. I spoke to Diane and Irene about it. Here you go. And the thing is, I just want to make sure we're in on the process of doing something. Irene mentioned that the entering area is going to be extremely small, and I think they're putting it's like an old wall or something in that area. But there'd be something outside close to the entrance, so, we'll see if we can, work up something for that. Okay. Any other business discussions while we wait for Graham to,
I also, Robert Stackhouse stopped by because he's actually hanging his exhibit as we speak, but he dropped off a flyer for me, and he didn't have a bunch of them, so I just made copies, so that's in your, one of the last pages of Carol Mickett and his Robert Stackhouse exhibition. So, it's there in your package.
yeah. Yeah, one of our committee members is a pretty well-known artist, Robert Stackhouse, so.
Can I ask a question?
certainly.
So, you had sent me information on the types of insurances that would be needed. I'm just curious, why would the commercial auto insurance be needed?
That's a very good
Which
question.
is not a requirement.
Yeah, exactly.
in Florida, so.
And we might have to get that relooked at, you know, that was,
I can understand the
Yeah.
other, that makes total sense, but the
Yeah.
commercial, I was confused about the commercial auto.
the.
Bieber,
when we-
your
We
writing
have
is
like, what
atrocious.
happens
No, it
is,
Put my name on it.
you know, once an artist is selected
Some of these
for
I
a larger
can't,
job
just cannot
like
read.
this, we send, we have like a contract that
Wanna
we'll
send it
send to
back?
the
No,
artist.
correct.
And then, you look it over, you make any
handwriting is awful.
changes that you want or whatever, and so it's a kind of negotiable kind of thing. And then when we both agree on it, you know, you have to get it signed and notarized and everything. But the attorney that made that stipulation, it's changed, so I would like to I'll go ahead and revisit it with, the current attorney and see if that can be eliminated, you know. I think it was more about, you know, if you have like a group of people that are working with you, I mean, you're a sole artist, you're the only one doing it, but if there's like a group of people, you know, sometimes muralists will have a team of people and they're traveling to the site. I don't quite understand it, you know, it's kind of beyond my degree level, but, but I'll definitely revisit it with them.
Yeah, it never made any sense to me. And we had one artist that was working on a huge project, and it was during COVID, and she was doing a lot of the designing in her house. And, you know, why she needed liability insurance to work in her studio
Right, right.
eluded me altogether, but, you know.
Yeah, I understand that if you're working on your property, but, I mean.
Right, right. And, you know, everything is the L word, liability. So I'm sure you guys, you know, especially the muralists, understand it, so. Okay, well, let's see, any other public comments? Staff, well, we,
Yeah, if I can add something, I'm partaking in an exhibition at the Sterling Gallery.
Oh, very
it's
nice.
a call to artists. It's called What's Your Style? So I've submitted a big 36 by 36 mermaid with fish that swim through.
yeah.
I like to think it's pretty cool. And the reception is this coming Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from Hoppers 5 to Hoppers 7. It's really a nice gallery just to come and have a look, see. There's some amazing artists there.
Okay. Sonia, what's the name of the gallery again?
It's Sterling
Sterling.
Art Studio and Gallery in Dunedin.
Okay.
When is it?
This coming Friday, the 13th.
Friday.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th,
Okay.
At what time?
5:30. Yeah, starts at 5:30
Well, I think
till
I'll
7:30.
Okay.
let people take a break while
Yeah,
Graham works away, because we really want to get this resolved today.
Sure.
If you guys want to hang out.
5C and
so-
35C, Graham.
sorry?
5C and 35C.
I only have 3 copies, but this is the info about Robert Stackhouse.
Thank you.
You guys want
So,
some
can
stand?
you give me your voting sheet back, please,
Sorry, I ran
in case I get audited?
out of agenda.
So the muralists that are here, thank you for coming, but, so they'll be, like I said, they'll be, you know, voting at the November meeting, however, you know, you're welcome to come to that, but I will contact every artist that put in a proposal one way or another, you know, so.
Oh, Harry Potter.
Don't worry about that, you'll know.
Thanks again for offering the opportunity.
Oh, yes, that's you.
Thank you for coming, thanks for
We
the
have
snacks.
Yeah.
Keep away from the Hershey bars.
Very nice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There we go. Thank you all for coming.
I can't exactly see with them on.
Yeah,
Can I put these on top?
I can help you with,
I want a picture of everybody after the meeting.
okay.
You know I'd be the first one to put it on.
One thing that it is important for me to know is which one of these columns is yours?
Oh, this is mine.
This isn't anonymous?
Yeah, I got worried about that. Okay.
Right.
All right, so now I'm good. We're almost there.
Yeah, let's see. Like, that's beautiful but irrelevant. That's beautiful but irrelevant.
Well, yeah, that's what some of the, that's what some of the.
Most of them are
Yeah,
irrelevant.
well, at least this has the,
Right.
you know. This is probably,
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. All of them are just so loud. Most of them give me a headache.
and with these, I found myself picking two images from the same artist, so I had to go back and look at
Yeah. Unfortunately, I was picking just to pick at the end.
Although it's really not in the process.
I guess this isn't bad.
I thought this would be great for a fabric.
Yes.
I loved it, I loved the design, but
Yeah,
not,
not for
the
that,
full
right,
man.
yeah. Most of them, you can tell they have zero sense of the community.
One thing I wanted to mention to you all too, while Graham is working away, is, you know, it's wonderful to have all these new muralist contacts. So I'm keeping a
Yeah.
database of all the artists, and we'll, you know, also, you know, we'll, whenever we have another call to artists, I can send it out to them, you know,
Right.
directly, which will be nice.
Yeah, that's great.
I really like this one. That's that.
Exactly. I mean, there's things I do, like, these are just loud.
Which,
I like them, they're loud.
which art is the Saint Kate? That's,
They're not an artist.
Saint Kate is the company?
Yeah, they do,
Oh, okay, that's
they
the
did
company.
the
Okay, okay, I was trying to
restoration.
think, okay,
Right,
yeah.
the restoration, so.
Their only thing was to restore
Right.
the mermaid. There's
Right.
not, none of the other pieces.
Well, yeah, they, you know, check and
it-
make sure the,
Oh,
you
but-
know,
but
the patina's,
Yeah, the other
okay.
didn't need I mean, the others didn't need welding or anything.
No, no,
Yeah, it was
no.
just this
It's-
one.
Yeah. It's basically like a spa day for the sculptures.
Yeah.
You know, they come and they, you know, clean them off and
Oh,
try
yeah,
to,
yeah.
you know, make sure they, you know, give them some Botox, make sure that they don't deteriorate.
Am I missing one? Am I missing which she's proposing on this one? It's too hippie-ish.
So you can imagine the size of the files.
Yeah.
I mean, Diane sent me, I think, 3 of them, and I couldn't get them into any kind of manageable form. Diane, I think having the printout too makes a big difference.
Yeah.
You know, actually
absolutely.
looking at the,
Well, I thought it was important also for you all to read their, you know, their statement, you know, the explanation
Right.
of why they chose the, you know, the images that
Yeah.
they did and things
Right.
like that. And I kind of have to agree, you know, too, with the fact that, you know, we also put in your notebook the original call to artists too, so you could see what all the artists received when it was sent out, you know, to them. But I just, being an artist, I really enjoyed seeing the different interpretations, kind of thing, and lots of different styles, and that's really pretty neat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like, I was having all kinds of thoughts when Shannon was talking about the tree supports.
Yeah, there could be so many different types of media, too.
Right.
Yeah.
Or, if you, for engineering purposes, have to go with those concrete columns, there's so many things that you could do to, dress them up, so to speak.
And I was asking her so many questions because when she first brought it to me, I guess I misunderstood her because I thought that she was already at the point where she wanted a commitment from you guys, And so I was like, okay, but she starts like, we're just beginning stages. It's like, because she has all the, the engineers and everything like that. So I'm
Right.
glad that, I guess she just wanted to see if we would be interested in collaborating, so now she knows. So thank you for
Right.
your support.
Yeah, we put it on record, so I think that made her comfortable.
Yeah.
It's awfully tiny, but, so this would be the whole, like, the different proposals of the whole wraps. Okay. Got it. I like that, too.
And you'll notice that you do have a sheet in there with each artist's name, so as you go, and they're in the order of, that, for you to tabulate, the
Right.
proposals are in the same order. So you can make notes on it and then kind of, talk about your, just indicate which ones are your top three.
Right.
And then have fun in November.
Well, I hope I'll be back.
Do you want them to send them their three choices to me ahead of time, and then
I think that would be helpful.
that way we can, if there's multiple for one particular artist, then you could, see that before you even get to the November meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll put that in an email to everybody when I send out the other stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
In case our guests are wondering, because we're a city committee, we're bound by the Florida sunshine laws. So we really can't discuss any committee business outside the actual meeting, so that's why these things are a little longer and more convoluted.
I met your son the other day.
Oh,
Yeah, down at the boat, yeah.
yeah. We're putting him in the suit, trying to see if we can get him to
No,
do
I've got the
something.
helmet, I've got to restore it.
Okay. I don't know if he's,
Yeah, I've been on a personal campaign to make sure people get the helmet right. Did you see there was a young lady who was going around painting these little helmets on people's houses?
No,
Was it little- And it was was it the Mark 7, the Navy helmet?
Oh, the Mark Fives.
Mark
those are-
5, yeah.
Mark Fives, yeah.
And I said, well, you shouldn't have that,
Oh.
cross-hatching on the faceplate. And she
Yeah,
fixed it.
There's a
She
ton of
fixed it. Yeah.
other things, yeah,
Yeah.
that are different about a fishery helmet as opposed to a commercial, a helmet used for salvage diving.
Right.
This is, the thing.
Yeah, but she really went back and, looked into it, and I think I told her that, that you did the real thing, so I think she, went back and fixed it.
nice.
I was very happy.
Good.
I thought I was the only one that looked at that stuff.
Well, the committee designed the gateway signage, and it had the helmet on it.
Oh, yeah, well.
And I, after we came up with a design, I did like a Photoshop draft of it, and I fell into the trap, the old Mark 5.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the new city signs, the entryway, yeah, that's, Nick Macris had come to my house and done laser photography of the
Right,
thing and all, and transferred it.
right. Well, what we submitted kind of changed after it went through the county and the state and FDOT and all kinds of other, permutations and combinations.
The entryway signs, the new ones, yeah.
Yeah, so. Yeah, but if I recall, the one who particularly jumped up and down on my head was Costa.
Well,
sorry. I didn't really pay attention to that.
Okay, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. There were 33 images that received a majority of the votes from the panel.
Right.
Many of those were 4, some of them were 3 votes, okay, out of the ones that vote. I mean, the votes are all over the place. There are 7 slots left, therefore. And I have 6 entries that were split all over the place that we need to discuss.
Okay.
And I have 5 additional entries that were voted on by 2 people, either, by,
Well, 2 people, yeah.
yeah, well, an artist received a vote for 1 picture from 2 people, a different picture from 2 other people.
Okay.
And so we need to
Okay, which ones are in
select those.
contention?
So, if we can go to our picture gallery, and starting on page 1.
So just a quick question, Graham. So the first that you said that were all over the place, does that mean they only got 1 vote
Oh,
per piece, or?
no, there were only a few of them. It's a handful that received 1 or no votes.
Okay.
I mean, very, very few. The standard's very high this year. It's just incredible. Let me see which ones. 20. Artist 39, bottom left of page 2, has 3 entries in here, 39A, 39B, and 39C. B and C, B received 2 votes, C received 3 votes. I'm inclined to include it because C got 3 votes.
Okay.
So it seems okay to me, 39C.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
This got 3, that one got 2.
Sorry, this is taking me a while because some idiot randomized all of this.
Can't imagine who.
Okay, on page 5, 44, we have 44A, 44B, and 44C.
Okay.
We have 1 vote for A, 1 vote for B, and 2 votes for C.
Okay, let's go with C.
So then, yeah.
Everybody agreed on C there?
Yes. Yes.
If we pick that one. Oh, yeah.
It's pretty cool. What is that mosaic?
On page 5, again, 10A, 10B, 10C. We have 3 Bs, 2 Cs, and 2 As.
So then
Everyone liked artist number 10.
Right.
So B it is.
B it is.
B it is? Okay.
I actually didn't, I just picked it at the last minute because I had to pick something.
Okay.
That's awesome. Turtle. That's a hard choice.
Yeah, I'm good.
On page 7, 32A, 32B, and 32C.
Okay.
2 members picked A, 2 members picked B, and 2 members picked C.
Okay, so we'll have to,
So can we have a rerun on that?
Right. I'll
For
take-
the members present.
okay, Nick, A, B, or C? Eva, A, B, or C?
I'm gonna have to go with A. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess A. It's more tarpany.
Okay,
Joan?
B.
B.
Sonia?
Darn it, I like C, but
Okay, well, Graham, you're
And,
the
and,
tiebreaker.
and so did I, so.
I could go with C because I think I had originally picked C. So if that'll break
Okay,
the, if that'll
so
break the
Beaver's
tie,
gonna go with C instead. So-
we can move on.
What are you
So
doing?
moving on.
C?
Okay, yeah.
But you're right, it's amazing how certain artists and their styles were,
Okay, on page 8, artist number 16,
okay,
we have 3 As and 3 Cs.
okay. Nick, any preferences?
Let's go with B. No.
I went with A.
A,
You're gonna
Eva?
stick with that, huh?
You're sticking to it.
I'll stick with the,
I mean, I had picked C.
okay. I picked C. Dawn?
I picked A just because of the colors, and it seemed more specifically tarpon as opposed to any beach.
Okay, Sonia?
yeah, I picked C. I like the
Oh, okay.
Okay,
It's
well,
C.
artist number 16 wasn't one of my selections, so I'm going to pick A, which settles the issue.
There you
Yeah,
go.
it ties it up.
I can-
All right?
there you have it.
Didn't it tie it up?
Not quite, not quite.
Yeah, 3 each. A,
Oh, yeah, no, it was 3
Three for A
As
and
and
three
3
for-
Cs, but there are 7 panel members, and the one panel member
yeah,
that
who-
didn't vote for artist number 16 happened to be me.
oh,
So
now you're
I
just
voted
doing
this time around
Okay.
and said, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh, that
so,
settles that one.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess if you think about it, we don't really have waves, so
That's true. I
That's
did
right.
that.
I'll retract my.
But we can always imagine.
We can always hope.
You had a way.
While there's a pause in the proceedings, I don't know if any of you are birders of any variety, but I noticed there's an eagle's nest on top of the electrical poles on South Diston.
Really?
Oh, wow. Then I have to look. I love birds. We have a pond, because I live just off Carolina, and there's a pond which I always thought just had brackish water. I didn't think it was actually from
Yeah.
the Gulf. And apparently, with this last storm that went through, it actually pushed salt water in there. So there's an abundance of fish, apparently. Yesterday alone, there was probably like over 20 white egrets
Oh, wow.
Wow.
and 3 great blue herrings and what's that snake bird?
Oh, the egret?
The aninga.
Oh, Anhinga. yeah.
Aninga was there, and a little snowy egret was there as well. It was
Wow.
fascinating. Yeah.
That's great.
Apparently, people that have lived there for like the last 20 years say they've never seen it that active.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it was really active for about 2 days. I went there again this morning because I just get so hooked on them. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
there were a few, just a little handful of them there this morning. But it's,
Yeah.
'Cause we
Well,
also-
I'm also intrigued by the flamingos that got pushed up here by the
Yeah.
hurricane.
yeah. I
I've
haven't
seen
seen
some
those.
wonderful photographs.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't seen them either.
I
I
haven't
saw
seen it.
one on Sunday at Fred Howard.
Oh, you did?
Really?
Just one.
'Cause I still haven't
Yeah.
seen one.
Are you
Oh,
serious?
And it wasn't pink, it was like kind of grayish brown. I'll show you a picture after.
I wonder if it's a,
It felt like
baby.
you're so lonely. And it was cold.
Oh, shame.
Didn't have enough shrimp to eat.
On page 13, artist number 43
okay.
received 2 A's, 2 C's, and a B.
Okay, Nick? A or C?
That's what I think A
Okay.
will translate best in the photograph, yeah.
Okay, Biba?
Yeah, I'll go with A still. Although I love the ugliness of C, but
Yeah, I like C.
You like C? I like C.
Dawn?
I like C.
I actually do like C. I just
Sonia?
Actually, this is the one that I didn't vote on because I was like, I like A. Does that
Well, that
put us
makes it
into
a
a
tie.
jam again? Okay, well then let's just go with C with a.
Okay.
I'll go with C.
yeah, I can go with C. I like C. I just really
Yes.
think
Alright.
that it
I
would
think
be
it's so
well
cool looking.
received.
Actually, when you see it
Like, it
full
looks like he's
size,
like,
it's
"Are you looking at me?"
amazing.
Yeah.
See, it's hard to tell from this. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, it's kind of difficult.
Yeah, I think when I saw it, I couldn't really see. It just looked like a blur, so that's why I didn't. I thought no.
Gotcha.
Okay.
One, if I can find him. I've lost artist number 51.
You've lost him.
It's got to be here somewhere.
Everybody somewhere.
Page 5, 51, on page
Thank you.
5.
On page 5.
Leave it to Megan to find it.
Artist number 51
Right,
has an A, a B, and a C,
right.
and each received 2 votes.
Okay.
So, Nick, flamingos, pelicans, or turtles?
Turtles.
Is that a vote for turtle?
I'm a turtle, yeah.
Okay.
You're a turtle.
And Biba?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with B.
Okay, I'm gonna go with C.
Yeah, we don't have any other turtles in here, so I'm going to go with C.
Dawn?
C.
Okay. Sonia?
Okay. So on reflection,
Okay,
it's a C.
there.
Yeah.
Okay. That means that we
One
have
more?
one other to choose from. If you look at page 6 for artist number 1, page 3 for artist number 27, page 6 for artist 64.
All right, you give me too many.
Choose one of those.
Okay, so
What was that
Say
again?
again?
one from,
Page 3. We look at artists?
On.
pick one from
on
all
pa-
three of these?
No, on page 3, we have, artist number 27 received 2 votes for, image A.
Okay.
Okay.
Page
Okay,
3.
and now on page 7, we've got, oh no, page 6.
So 27A, which was, yeah, that mixed media one there. On page 6, we have artist number 1 received 2 votes
For which one?
Which one, A, B, or C?
for A and 2 votes for B.
Okay,
And artist number 64 received 2 votes for A and 2 votes for B.
Which is on, same page?
same page, yeah.
Same page, 64, yeah.
For A and B?
Yeah, and on page 5, if you happen to have that, that's on the other side of page 6. Artist number 44 received 2 votes for,
Didn't we pick
C.
that one?
we got
We
that
one.
got that one already.
Already
Oh,
done.
no, we did,
Yeah.
I
That was
didn't
our
include
first
that.
selection.
Yeah, that was the first one we did.
Yeah, I
Yes.
know, but I made a mistake. You see, I was picking from the second group
Okay,
for the first
Oh,
group, so I
okay.
just totally ignored that.
okay, so
You
we're,
didn't tell us.
We're choosing one off. I didn't tell you, no, because I figured you'd
okay, so
probably forget
44C
by now.
is, okay, 44C.
So 44.
So we pick one of all of those?
Yeah, 44C,
44C.
64A, 64B,
I'm gonna go with 27A.
27A.
Didn't we already vote on 44C?
Yeah, but he
A and B.
No, I excluded it because I screwed up.
64.
Okay, I'm going to vote for 1B.
And that's on
1B.
page 6.
Yep.
I'm going to vote for 64A, which is also on page 6.
We're not gonna get anywhere with this, are
Yeah,
we?
me too.
We're not gonna get anywhere, are we? We're gonna pick something different. We're all gonna.
That's okay, if we can narrow it down a bit first.
I'll vote for 64A as well.
And a 64A?
Where's 64A? Where am I
Oh,
missing
right
that?
here.
Page 6.
Six,
Go back
the
to
top
one.
Back. Oh,
I really like 64B. Plus, it's
64B 's
hand-colored copper plate etching, which is really cool.
Yeah, but it's also, is it going to register on a 24 by 24? That's the other question you're going to ask
Yeah.
yourself.
So,
So we got one for 64B. That's, who's missing?
Nick?
64A,
I think that, yeah, so you don't need me.
Okay, looks like 64A.
You don't need me to vote.
Okay.
Okay, well, I will let you know who they were, since I don't know right now.
okay.
Would you like to look at these spreadsheets and see if you could find your stuff?
Because they're numbered, we don't know who's who.
we don't know who's who.
Yeah, we have no clue.
We
what's
do
going on
everything
here.
anonymously, to be fair. So,
Do you have a final list of the ones that were chosen?
Yes, I do.
okay.
But by
You want
numbers.
to
Wanna
find
mark it
yours
just
and
for
tell us
land.
what the numbers
I
are?
just want to see how I did, like I took a test.
Okay. They're in no particular order.
Okay.
2C,
Here you go. Here's another.
I'm just gonna write them down. 2C,
2C, 5C, 6B, 9A, 12B, 13B, 15B, 21B, 28A, 33B.
Oh,
34B.
which one were you?
35C, 37A, 38C,
Let's see.
42B, 48C,
Ah, okay.
52C, 58C, 61A, 62C, 66A, 8A, 20C, 22C, 29B, 31A, 40C, 46A, 49B, 55A, 56A, 59A, 60A,
No.
39C, 10B, 32C, 16A, 43C, 51C, and 64A.
I have to tell you, if it'll make.
Sorry?
57? I have to tell you, though, photographs are tough. They're really tough.
No, 57 wasn't.
Good job.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Keep it up.
No, Biba and I are both professional photographers, so it's, you know, I'm not saying that we give any undue influence to, you know, art other than photography, but the photographs have to be really,
You're welcome.
you know, they're beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Thank you for
thank
submitting.
you.
thank you. Mhm. Come back again. We'll do it next year. Don't,
What happens now for, just before you all leave, is that then I take this sheet of selections and turn that into 40 emails congratulating people who've been selected and 27 emails commiserating with folks who weren't selected and asking them to make sure that they submit again next year. Because I got to tell you, I was just blown away in aggregate by the quality of the submissions this year. There were, you know, more than I expected, more artists involved, and the choosing between them was just a nightmare.
The best kind.
Yeah.
It's better than if it's not photography, what would be better than photography?
well, no, it's not that something would be better than photography, but all I'm saying is that the bar for photography is very, the bar for everything is pretty high. But especially for photography, because, you know, we've got, you know, it's tarpon. So, you know, you really
It's
need.
photogenic.
Yeah, it's a photogenic town, and we get a lot of photographs, and it's really got to be, you know, something that's, you know, really like the bomb.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
even the, and I'm sure when you were rifling through this, you saw the quality of the work that came in.
Yeah.
So we had to pick 40 out of 167, so,
Well, and just as far as from my perspective, the photography, I'm looking for something that is like unusual. You don't see a bunch of photos of it or something that's like a cool angle or a cool look or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
don't be discouraged.
No, absolutely not.
Okay,
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
okay.
Can I,
All right, so,
can I say one thing?
sure.
For the payments for their honorarium,
Yes,
it does have to be a check.
yes. I'll be letting them know.
Oh.
Yeah. I knew it was going to have to be a check this year. Yeah.
But if most of the art, if any of our repeat from last year, then they're already
Yeah.
set up.
Okay, now they come to me for processing. I have my work cut out for me.
Y'all didn't pass the snacks down.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was,
Is there anything else from anybody?
The snacks that he brought.
Okay, I'm adjourning the meeting at
And then pass
3:35. Our next meeting is Wednesday, November
What's those
8th at 2
pistachios?
PM, same time, same place.
Same budget.
help yourself.
Thank you, everyone.